Hello and welcome back to the second Crystal Lady podcast. We are Crystal Lady. Thanks for joining us again. Or if this is your first time here, welcome. Guys, all want to say hi?
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
All right, I'm Kayla. So today we're just going to kind of talk, hang out, and I think we're going to tell some embarrassing stories about ourselves, about each other, about things that we heard about ourselves, and just see what happens. But first, everyone, how was your weekend? What happened? What did we do?
What did we do? We melted faces.
We melted faces. We raised money for charity to provide 2,500 meals to the homeless within St. Louis, which is pretty cool. What else happened?
We went to Uncle Bill's, as is tradition.
As is tradition.
I had to go. Couldn't go to Uncle Bill's.
When are we not eating Uncle Bill's? What's that place in St. Charles? The Dave Siegel always wants to take us after Redfish, Bluefish.
Yeah. What's that damn place called?
I've got no idea.
Oh, Gingham's.
Gingham's, yeah.
Gingham's, yeah.
There are so many venues you guys have played that I still have not been to.
Well, we just booked a Redfish, Bluefish today.
You're still a newbie,
so you're going to get to
I am.
check that one out.
Yeah.
You'll
March
like that
6th.
one. That one's fun.
Okay. That's what's up.
But anyway, should we start this off with a shot?
Might as well.
Might as well. Cheers.
Cheers to everybody.
Oh, God.
That's ass.
All right. So we did Captain Morgan today. Last time we did Maker's Mark. It is Captain Morgan. Dylan once told me he liked rum. I'm not sure this is what you meant by that.
No, it's not bad actually.
Really?
No, the aftertaste is fine. It's the initial hit that's like, asshole?
A little bit.
I'm just not a huge fan.
I had some Navy strength rum from that place that I brought you that whiskey from when I went to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 30 times as strong.
Bourbon County?
Yeah. No, it was
Bacardi 151?
no, from where I got you that like corset and leather mini
Oh,
rum.
yeah. Oh, those
Or
are good.
whiskey
Mini
or
whiskeys.
rise.
Those are up in my room.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever that brand is, they're in like Indiana.
to kick off the the embarrassing story section, I can tell you why I no longer drink rum.
Well, I actually don't think
Should
we know
you
this
have
one.
done that?
I mean, Nick and I know it. She stole it like 30 times.
I mean,
I don't think
yeah,
I know
I'm
this
fine.
one.
Okay.
No, so I went through a spurt in college where I exclusively drank Captain Morgan spiced rum.
As one does.
Yes. And I was buying bottle after bottle of Captain Morgan. And then one night, we're out partying, and me and two friends had killed this bottle of Captain Morgan. And I decided, you know what? Good idea to throw it out the window of a moving car and see how fast it breaks on the ground.
Shit.
It breaks very fast, shatters into 1 million pieces. Don't advise that anyone does that.
Yeah, no.
But the worst thing that happened, which is why I no longer drink rum, is I went missing one time. So Bacardi 151, they no longer make it because it is straight up gasoline and it starts a dumpster fire wherever it's found.
Yeah, it's very strong.
So we, as young college kids, did not realize it was called Bacardi 151 because that is the proof it is. We just thought it was a fancy name.
I think I learned that in college.
Like Maker's 46.
No, you learned it the hard way.
We learned the hard way that Bacardi 151 is 151 proof when me and two friends started doing shots of this shit and then woke up not remembering anything, and the police had been called, and everyone had thrown up at some point in this apartment. Tears had been shed, and my dad is standing at the door, cop knocking, with like, I called the police, you've been gone 13 hours.
Okay.
So don't drink Bacardi 151. It ruins lives.
Yeah, no, that's no bueno.
I think I remember that story now.
You probably
now
could've-
I think I remember.
You should probably be dead.
I should probably be dead. However, I did manage to throw up in a bathtub and not all over myself. So
Squad.
Yeah,
I wish I could say the
little
same
win.
for myself.
Yeah, Corey, what happened with you that one time, buddy?
A lot of my friends know this story now, but Jesus.
What happened?
So my sophomore year of college, I think I was at Kristen's house, and yes, I was at Kristen's house, and this was when all of my friends actually who went down to SEMA with me were actually still there. And so this is like one of our like first parties we've all been to together. So we went really hard, and that's the first time I tried Fireball.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't drink Fireball anymore. But anyway, so at that party, I am just throwing back shots after shots after shots of Fireball, and I'm like, this thing is really good. It's just like
It's very good.
The cinnamon, the warmness, all of it is great.
Corey's like, hot tamales? Hell yeah.
And so I'm obviously messed up. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I can say it. My best friend, Andrew, I can say it now. I know that rubs some people the wrong way, but whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, my best friend, Andrew, me and him get driven back by our friend, Tyler, back to the dorms. He drops us off. We go into my room. Andrew's a lot better off than I am.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
But Andrew's still at the point to where Andrew ended the night running into a wall and peeing himself before he goes.
Oh, so yeah.
So he was at least still decent enough, but he at least
It wasn't
got
a
me.
low bar to be decenter than you. It wasn't a high bar.
He at least is in shape enough to get me up the elevator into this room. Now, I am trying not to throw up, so he's helping me out. So he's basically having to feed me. And I don't know if we can do a demonstration or whatnot, but one of you can just pretend to hold a granola bar.
Oh no.
And this is how I'm so messed up that this is how I have to eat this. Hold on.
Oh no.
I'm just like, he goes, here, I got a granola bar for you. I'm like, where? He was like, open your eyes. And I'm like, all right. So I look and I go, and I have to eat like this because I can't bring my hands to just grab the granola bar and feed myself. So
Like one of those
Yo, shout
long-necked
out-
dinosaurs, just like.
facts.
Yo, shout out to your friend being the best friend
Oh,
ever
man.
feeding
Yeah.
you.
For real.
Even though he's still pissing himself. That's a trooper right there.
Oh.
And so it gets to the point though now to where like he's feeding me and he's also giving me water to drink and everything else like that. But eventually it gets to the point I can't like really tell the stuff in between because that's like some personal stuff I said.
It was legal. His
So-
friend's in Mexico now, just
Facts.
on the run.
But then it eventually comes to a point where I get to where I'm like, okay, I have to throw up now. So I go into the bathroom, and now I'm only remembering all of this the next day. I almost got to the point to where I blacked out.
Ugh.
But I am in the bathroom, and my friends won't let me not say this part of the story. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm throwing up in the toilet. It's just going down. And then next thing I know, I'm like, I feel like some throw up like on my lip. But my hands are not, I don't have any control of my arms. I can't lift them to get to my face. So I think it's a good idea to wipe my lips across the toilet seat to clean them up.
Oh, Corey.
Dude,
And then,
you should be dead too. What the hell?
We always make jokes about eating booty, but Corey came the closest that night.
but
God.
and then from that point, I remember like after I do that, I remember falling over. And I think I still have the jacket at the house, but I fell over and I don't know, and I didn't know in the moment as to why I took my jacket off in the bathroom because I'm like, why am I taking this off? I just took it off and I didn't know where I placed it. I just threw it somewhere. Little did I know is after I'm done in that bathroom, Andrew gets me back to my room. He gets me back up in the bed. He just pushes me, just like, ugh. I'm just like, all right. I wake up the next day and I see the mess that I have created. I have thrown up all over the bathroom. Like the floor is covered in like
Corey
this
painted the bathroom.
facts. It's in the shower. It's on the floor.
no.
Like the drain is struggling trying to get this shit out.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, and then I started remembering, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to remember the events. And I'm like, where's my jacket? And then I realized I threw up on the ground, fell over in the jacket into my own throw up.
Oh, Corey.
And I got back up off of it, and I just took the jacket off. And I'm like, okay, where did I place
You
it?
threw it away, right?
I threw it in the toilet. That's where I found my jacket.
Must dispose of this evidence.
Bro.
That's where I threw the jacket. And I'm like, oh, and I look at the toilet, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. It's just soaked up all the water that was in the toilet.
That's when you just leave and you never talk to any of those people again. You just
My roommate-
you write them off.
My roommate Jordan, he was super cool about it. He was like, "Oh, he'll get this cleaned up by the time I get back." He walks in on that in the morning, like he sees that, and then just leaves the room.
Nope.
He told me about it later, but I just I cleaned that mess. And if you're wondering, yes, I still have that jacket.
Oh Jesus, Corey.
I think I watched like 6 times.
No, that's a burn the evidence night. You burn the jacket. You burn the bridge
should've.
with those friends.
It was cold.
You leave.
It was cold. It's still like it was like fall. Okay.
Man, well,
God.
in this line of storytelling, I'll tell you about one of the. Was it one of the? No, it was like one of the first times I ever drank alcohol, and I was like 16. I was at my buddy Mikey's house. Me, my buddy Mikey, my buddy Dakota, and we're raiding his parents' liquor cabinet, as you do when you're 16. And you know, he drinks like 2 rum and cokes and then goes to sleep at like 9, and we're like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" And so we're like, going like, and we don't know how alcohol works, so so we're just going like, "What is this? Ooh, this looks cool. How about some of this shit right there?" And then poured a little bit of Diet Coke in there. And
Made a
it was-
dirty sink.
Yeah, and it tasted like dirty stink water. It was awful.
All right.
But we drank them, and then the rest of the night, my 2 friends' little brothers were there too, and they had to take care of me and Dakota.
Yeah.
Because we were inconsolably fucked up.
Oh.
He fell asleep either on the toilet or like around the toilet somewhere in one of the bathrooms, and then like I don't know, and then he puked on the carpet.
And then you guys made out?
No, we did not. We did not make out that night. That was another night.
Oh, okay. That was
But-
the next time.
Yeah.
I would think I'd probably say what? Probably me and Kayla probably have the most embarrassing stories, or a plenty a number of them.
Well, let's
I've
get
got
back
some
on
too.
track with actual embarrassing stories. Did you want to start,
Were
Corey?
those not embarrassing enough?
Well, that's drunk stories. I
They
feel
were still
like
pretty embarrassing.
I feel like when you do something embarrassing when you're drunk, you get a little bit of a pass for it. But if you're stone cold sober and you do something wild,
Yeah.
that there's no forgiveness.
We could start off like at level like 1 of like embarrassing, because like I didn't get like exposed when it happened. Only my cousin really knows of it, and my friends obviously once I told them. But you guys also know the story of when I was on my first cruise with my cousin, and had a great time also. But we're walking with this group of people, and like they have teen rooms and everything else like that, right?
Oh, I was at one of those one time.
And so like we made all of our friends like in the teen rooms and like the areas like for just like all like the high schoolers and blah 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 blah. And so we were walking. It's like 11 o'clock at night, right? And we're all just chilling. We're all just walking. And there's this like super annoying 12-year-old kid who just keeps going squirrel. Like he just keeps like saying it, like just going squirrel. Squirrel. And I was just like, I think that might have been a thing back in high school.
Had Up been released?
What?
Had the movie Up been released?
Up.
Possibly, maybe.
'Cause that's what the dog did.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense.
I just saw that movie for the first time like last year. Gary
it's a
made me
good
watch
movie.
it with him.
Pretty good.
It's a good movie.
It's got the saddest opening.
My cousin is getting like pissed off now. Like he keeps on saying it, and then all of a sudden the kid stops and he goes like, and he starts going,
Oh my god.
and he goes, do I smell homemade pizza? And my cousin goes, how's it homemade? And we're on the shit. And then there's this group of black women walking by us as my friend says, well, as my cousin says that, and they just started dying laughing. That kid shut up for the rest of the night. Anyway, I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, oh, I'm just dying. Next thing I know, I'm like, huh, and I have to like fart a little bit.
Oh no!
And this is literally what I did to my cousin when I went, huh, but then I felt like that. I felt that shart happen. I just went, huh.
You mom armed him.
And I just did this and let everyone pass. I was like, ha. And then I was like, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, shut up. Shut up. And then I just waited, and I was like, we got to go to the bathroom real quick.
We gotta go.
and we just turn around. There's a bathroom right around the corner because we are passing through like the buffet area / bar. And then like we go wrap around the corner. I'm like, yep. And I just take off my shorts, take off my underwear, go, and then just throw it in the trash can, wipe up, throw the shorts back on, just tighten up the belt, walked out. He was like, "What happened?" I sharted myself. He just goes, "What?" I'm like,
Yo,
"Yeah." And then we just rejoined the group like nothing happened.
Oh no.
that reminds me of a story that I was not involved in, but my mom told me because she works at a school. She teaches pre-K. Well, there's this one lady who comes and picks up a bunch of kids and takes them to the after-school program or whatever it is. And well, one day my mom's like walking in the hall and she looks down. She's like, "What is that? There's a little pile of poop on the floor." And she goes, "What?" There's a trail, like a trail of jelly beans.
Yo,
No.
ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
She follows this doo-doo trail into the women's restroom, the girls' restroom, and it's everywhere.
Oh my god.
And she looks, there's a pair of drawers in the damn trash can. An adult's pair of drawers. And it's on the door, and it's on fucking everywhere.
Do you know what's wild about that?
Wait. So they're like, "Who the fuck was this?" And they like look on the cameras, and it's the lady who drives the kids to.
Yo.
And they're like, she walked out. They're like, nothing happened. Like, it's like,
She was just chilling.
yeah. And then like, they never brought it up. I think that lady still works
Yo.
after school program.
You know what's wild about that is that there are people who really there are people who do that like on purpose though. Because my friend Jerry,
On
Purposely
purpose?
shit their pants.
no, not purposely shit their pants, but like just leave shit places. Like, cause my friend Jerry, he works at Lowe's, and so he works at Lowe's, and he took a picture of it on Snapchat for us and sent it to the group. He literally goes, "Who in the world did this?" Is all he sees the caption, and there is just two towers of poop. Like, just two little towers of poop, and we know it was on purpose because it was within, like, you know, there's the center in toilet paper.
Yeah.
They put it in. They put the toilet paper like.
They
put
built
it
a
right-
shrine.
Yes,
Jesus
and then you know
Christ.
what the worst part about it was? There was one short stack. There's one short turd, one long, like one taller turd, and then on the top of the taller turd, it was basically like, is it Fraggle Rock and Lion King, where they had just
Fraggle
one,
Rock?
What is the
Pride Rock.
Pride. Thank you,
Bro.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Fraggle Rock's
I know.
Fraggle Rock.
But anyway, they put the little piece of that one just like on top of it sideways and like tilted it a little bit, and it was just on top of the second tower, just like on it, and then just tilted.
It's a work of
They
art.
built a little shrine.
That's a modern artwork.
And he was like, "I'm not cleaning this."
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It was so wild.
Another.
Oh my god. We need to get off the topic of shit. I mean, people.
I have so many stories.
People are gonna throw up.
Nah, they're good.
We must weed out the weaklings.
Nah.
Oh my god. We are not doing a poop cast. This is a podcast.
Okay.
Can I do one more?
One more.
I was a lifeguard for
Oh.
4 or 5
this one.
years.
Remember this.
And I only had to ever jump in the pool twice in the entire time I was a lifeguard. The thing I had to deal with most was doo-doo in the pool. It would happen once a week usually. Like some little kid would have a little nugget at the bottom of the pool.
Don't you have to drain the pool and like?
No, it depends. Let me tell you. So there was one day. It was just one family in the pool. Mom, dad, little boy and a little girl. They're like maybe 3 and 4. And I see the little boy get out of the pool and he's holding his stomach, and I'm like, uh-oh. And like I see something fall out of his britches, and I'm like, oh no. And so I run over there, and like, his dad rushes into the bathroom. There's a little trail. I look in the pool. This kid didn't poop in the pool. This kid shit in the pool. It looked like somebody had dumped a bowl of chili. It was awful. And then, that one, I was like, oh, no, pool's closed. And we closed the pool for like 12 hours and I had to clean it. It was awful, man. And my thing that I hated the most was when, if there was a lot of people in the pool and somebody boops, you got to get them all out. They will wait around after and like, hey, can we get back in the pool? You just saw me scoop a log from the deep end. Why the hell you want to get in the pool?
Did you have like a certain net designated for the poop scoop?
We had a net.
Oh, you just had to
Oh, it
use
was just like the everything net?
the nets.
There's nothing clean we're fishing out of the pool.
Yeah.
It's not like
a poop net designated.
it's not like we put spaghetti in it or some shit.
Alright.
But yeah, no, that's my last one.
That's funny.
Okay, well, I'm
Dialing.
getting us off this topic. Dylan, do you have a story?
Nah, Dylan's like,
He's got one
Too
about
cool,
poo. I know
yeah.
that.
That was a secret. Dylan doesn't tell that one.
Yeah, that's not going on the internet.
All right, if you say
Dylan
so.
can't expose himself like that.
oh, bro, that family has to know.
One time I found fermented apple juice in my
Oh
bedroom,
my god, I love this.
and I
story.
sniffed it and I passed out for like 10 seconds. And then I closed it up and threw it away.
Open the bottle.
That's essentially what happened.
Imagine smelling something so bad that I lose consciousness.
Oh, he said fermented apple juice. Let's go.
I'm gonna assume it fermented. It was. I don't think apple juice does that.
So what was it like? A full blown bottle of apple juice?
It was like a half full bottle of like Simply apple juice that had just been there for a while.
Oh, it's the one with all the chunks in it. Like Simply apple juice.
I think.
Yeah,
the
that one.
Matrix, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh my
then yeah, that
God.
would.
That would ferment.
That would ferment. God.
Because it's got food to eat. Oh no.
Bacteria. You could have died.
Well,
That's
I was
hella
going
funny.
to tell the classic Jim Manley hot dog connection story.
Oh yeah. That's right.
So, one of my passions in life outside of music is prank pulling. I almost got expelled in 7th grade for masterminding a project with 2 other friends to prank the entire 7th and 8th grade via the phone, calling as Mike from Mike's Dildo Shop.
Aye.
or Pete from I Want to Make Sweet Love to Cats.com and telling parents that their kids bought a subscription.
Oh
to
no.
I Want to Make Sweet Love to Cats.com.
She was trying to get kids.
That's
beat.
funny.
But that was where my love for pranking was born. I got such a rush as a 12-year-old pranking. I went to a small school. Between the 7th and 8th grade, there were maybe 100 kids, probably not even. My graduating 8th grade class, I think, was like 48 kids. So probably less than 100 kids got pranked, and no one in the room that I was in, which was like 4 of us, got pranked. So let's say 44 kids got pranked that night. But it was intense. We had a notebook with scripts. I was recording. It was intense. I think I have those videos somewhere on an old computer that I will have to dredge up. But we had to put a gag order on all our friends who knew about it, because they're like, it was Catholic school, and they're like, Jesus would not approve of you making such crude pranks, and if we knew who did this, they
Whatever.
would either get detention or expelled, blah, blah, blah. But we had to top it off with pranking the school itself and calling as a teacher that we hated, impersonating her and quitting her job and calling the principal a bitch.
Oh my God.
It was intense.
Jesus.
So that's where my love for pranks was born. I continue to prank to this day. I minted a signature of TPing people in high school where I used rainbow crepe paper instead of toilet paper to make it look festive.
Wow.
That was my calling card, kind of like a serial killer.
What is this? What is this?
So the hot dog connection. This is my most recent long-term stream of pranks.
Okay.
My dad has a very good friend, Mr. Jim Manley. He is an excellent trumpet player. He plays at Sasha's every Wednesday, and he is like an uncle of mine. Hence, I call him Uncle Jim. Well, one night Gary and I are out drinking, and we stop at QT, and Gary's getting hot dogs, and I go, "Oh, do you know what would be so funny? Is if we bought a bunch of hot dogs, like fully dressed them, ketchup, mustard, relish, everything, and just threw a bunch of them in someone's mailbox." And Gary's like, "What's the point of that?" I'm like, "Trust me, we're building a foundation."
This is only step 1.
So we get these hot dogs, and we make them really weird. We do like a chili cheese one. We do a relish ketchup mustard. We do one with like some weird shit on it. and we put we put them in Jim's mailbox. But Jim doesn't have like a conventional one. He's got one that's in like the old school St. Louis homes that are brick, where it's just like right in the wall of the house, and it's very skinny. So we were only able to cram one hot dog in the mailbox. And the other ones we put in the door jamb between the screen door and the main door. And his girlfriend Carol came home. She's a bartender with Gary, and she saw these hot dogs, and she goes, I don't know, I thought maybe Jim was drunk and dropped a couple of hot dogs on his way into the house. I don't know. And we're hearing about these hot dogs. Like the next day when Gary's at work and I'm up at the bar drinking, we're hearing them talk about these hot dogs. Jim's like, I don't know what happened. Someone came to my house and put hot dogs fucking everywhere. My mailbox and the door jam. And so we play dumb. We act like we know nothing. We go back another time, leave another hot dog. We wait to hear about it at Gary's work. And I'm like, oh man, Jim, you're getting hot dogged. And he's like, what's that? I'm like, I don't know, but someone's got it out for you. And they're hot dogging you like hardcore. And
Losing
he's like,
insanity.
so it got coy, and he's like, I don't know, just keep getting hot dogged. I don't know what's happening. So one night I'm driving around and I find that someone has thrown away this beautiful hot pink Christmas tree. It's got lights and everything. I also have recently bought 3 packs of little Smokies for a Christmas party.
Oh my God.
I take these little Smokies and I take ornament hooks. I decorate the whole tree with hot dogs, and I make a hot dog star to go on top of the tree. I plug it in on Jim's front porch and I leave it there and I run.
Oh my God. He's
What's
probably like,
happening?
His girlfriend
who is
Carol,
doing this to me?
Who's hot dogging me this hard?
Why?
he was getting hot dogged.
You're ruining my sanity with meat
But
products.
it's not even that. It's just.
But shit took a weird turn that night. Weirder than the hot dog tree.
Oh. Okay.
It gets weird.
All right.
Carol, Jim's girlfriend, goes outside to let the dog out, and the dog starts trying to eat the hot dogs off the tree.
Oh no.
Those hot dogs are hanging on that tree with little ornament hooks. So she thinks immediately that someone's trying to hurt her dog.
Oh shit.
And they went to call the police. Well, I heard the next day that Jim was freaking out because someone left a hot dog tree on his front porch, and he thinks that they're trying to kill his dog. And I realized at that point that I had fucked up.
I'm taking it too far.
God.
Jim called my dad, and he goes, I don't know who it could be. I don't know what it is. He's like, I know Carol likes hot dogs. I wonder if she told someone she likes hot dogs, and now they're just pranking us, or if it's something more severe, but I'll confront my neighbors. I'll call the police. He goes, I don't know what it is, but there's got to be a hot dog connection somewhere. I heard Jim say hot dog connection, and I fucking lost it and had to wrap myself out.
Oh man.
I lost my goddamn mind. I was like, Jim, it was me. I was like, I've been hot dogging you. He's like, what? We've been talking about me getting hot dogged. I was like, I know. I needed to keep it going.
Oh my God.
All right.
No,
Had him
but that was the
paranoid
hot
in his
dog
house.
connection.
That's funny as hell. Actually.
Oh, but no,
That's
I
funny.
I'm always on the lookout for a good prank. I've got like a list of them in my mind that I want to pull.
At least now we know, just in case some wild shit just start
Yeah.
popping off. Know who to blame.
If you ever think you're getting broken into, you're probably not. It's probably me pranking you.
That's a problem.
Oh my god, but that is the hot dog connection.
That's mad funny.
When I was in high school, we were gonna do a senior prank, and we are just gonna vandalize school property.
As one does.
I wanted to remove all of the bushes from the front of the school and put them up in front of the doors.
Yeah.
But all my friends pussed out on me. They didn't want to do it. And I'm like, come on, what are you going to do? And they're like, we're going to put saran wrap on something. I'm like,
Oh,
you're
bro.
lame.
I think.
But my brother, for his senior prank, he didn't end up doing what he wanted to do. We didn't even know that he was going to do one. Till years later, we find in his room a list At the top it says the plan, and it's got a list of things. It's like
The hit list.
security guards, jail time, personnel. Underlined it says no girlfriends. It's like
What?
they're planning some serious shit, and there's
code
it's
words.
Like, yeah, no, it's like just a list of like security cameras. Parking at the college, like what the fuck? We have like Tim, what the fuck were you planning to do? He goes, I don't know, man. I think we're just gonna like dig a trench in the middle of the football field. I'm like, what?
What?
But all
not
my
even a
friends didn't want to
prank.
do it, and I'm like,
No shit.
he was
Just gonna dig a fucking hole?
a trench like across the football, the entire football field.
That's funny. It's just you gotta have some people who like want to actually put in that work.
No, and he didn't have that. None of it, all of his friends were like, that's too much. What are you talking about? I got prank called one time, and I still have no idea who it was. They somebody called me. This was before I was waiting to go on for a performance in college, and like I was backstage wearing like a suit and tie, and I'm like, somebody calls me, and they're like, hi, we want to talk to you about the prescription you ordered, or I'm like, what? What are you talking about? They're like, there's some pornographic movies that you've bought recently, and I'm like, what's the name on the account? And he wouldn't tell me. I'm like, okay, so somebody's fucking with me. But I know. And I said, what's the name on the account? And he goes, midget porn number 3. I'm like, no, the name of the order. And then he's like, you're getting pranked, blah, blah, blah. It was some website. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he hung up. And like,
Was it like a radio station?
it sounded like I don't know. Nobody, I don't know. I never found out who did that to me.
I think
Ooh.
that's my favorite part about pranks that never get caught, is that person that you're pranking for the rest of their life is going to wonder what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Who did that to me?
Yeah. It's a little unsettling, but at the same time, it was kind of funny. I was like, what the fuck?
Speaking of porn, should I tell that story?
This is a children's show, Corey.
Is it?
I actually had to check a box for our last one that said this is not intended for children.
Yeah.
I didn't have to set an age limit, but I had to
That's good.
disclaim it was not made for children.
As you should.
That's good.
Should I tell this story?
If you want to,
That is
I
up
mean,
to
it's
you.
your life.
It's your, yeah.
All right. I don't think, and yeah, my parents.
It's not going
My,
anywhere.
my parents won't see this. They won't even hear.
Until
Anyway.
I tell your mom, hey, you should see this video story.
Hi, Mr.
But
Blaine.
they're
Check
already
out our
involved in the
podcast.
story, right? They already
They're
know.
involved. They don't know because they never found out that I like got 20 feet.
All right. Tell the story.
All right. Anyway, so this is the story of, as many young men out there have experienced some. I can't say many. Who knows? But first time getting caught watching porn. Wild. It's not that wild, but at the same time, it's just funny.
It was probably wild at the time.
It was wild at the time because I was like 12 or whatnot. But anyway, so I'm doing my thing.
Doing his thing. He's shaking hands with
I'm
himself.
shaking hands with myself,
no.
and next thing I know, I'm like, all that happens is the door comes open, and all I hear is, "Oh my god!" Oh Jesus! And then I'm like, "Oh crap!" So I'm panicking. She's panicking. My mom is, and then all of a sudden, all I hear is, "Blaine, Blaine, come here!" I'm like, "Oh Jesus!" And so a whole like altercation between them starts. He's like, "Oh, whatever, blah blah blah." She was like, "I can't believe he's doing this." And then they're all like they. My mom gets done yelling at me, and now they're in the kitchen like she's freaking out. My dad's just like, I'm freaking out so hard because I'm like, oh my god, I just got caught. This is the worst thing ever. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, am I gonna get beat up? What's happening?
Oh my god.
And I was just like, and I'm like, screw it. I can't do it. And then I start packing my things.
Gotta move on to a new life. This old life is
Sorry,
over.
like the classic image of a kid running away with like a stick with like a handkerchief
Facts,
full of
But like
goods.
I'm throwing on my sweatsuit. I have my hood pulled up. I tighten up the strings. I can't see my face. I'm in full blown go mode. Like it's time to ghost these fools,
Dude.
And then so like I'm like they're in the kitchen. They're like, and I just start and I like grab my bag. I have it on my back, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make my move when they're not paying attention to me. And then I'm like, then my mom like does this like exaggerated, whatever she's doing. Like, she's talking with her hands, she's clapping, all that. And then next thing,
Oh, it was that serious.
and then next thing I know, I'm like, I make my move. I'm like, and like I open the door. We don't have an alarm at this time, so no beep goes off. So I have no idea if the front door is open. And I open the door and I just start sprinting down the street. And like I'm going. And then like I told you, I made it all the way to where we went to go like look at that house.
Yeah.
And this is the only thought that stopped me. I stop and I go, what am I gonna eat?
That's the brings you back.
I said, I turned back around and started sprinting. So I'm like, okay, hopefully they haven't noticed that I'm going.
Maybe they forgot by now.
And then like, the stupid thing is that I left the front door wide open. So like, and so like I roll back up in the house and I'm like sneak in through the door and close it, and I'm like, I sprint to my room, and then next thing I know, like I'm going to my room, I take everything off, and I put back on what I had on, and then next thing I know, my mom, cause she was like, why is the front door open? And I was just like, oh, I just went to go get some fresh air.
Yep.
And then we went to go get Chinese food, so I was good.
Oh man.
Corey comes in. I like to follow up my porn with fresh air, Mom. Duh.
Thank God. Oh man.
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
That was fun.
That's funny.
Jesus.
Well,
So you were gonna, was your thought process, I'm running away from home, like I'm never coming back?
Oh, facts. I was like, the shame was too great. I was like,
I tried to run away from home once. Anyone else? Dylan, you ever try to run away?
No.
I don't think I ever did. No, there was one. No, I just ran out of the house and just stayed away for a little while, a couple times.
I wanted to run away, but I told my parents I'm gonna live with our next door neighbors. Also, can you help me find a suitcase? I need to pack my things.
Wow. That's a ballsy move. Hey, I'm leaving. Help me pack.
I was like 5. I was
No,
like, well, if
that's
you want to run away, you're on your own. You need to get your own damn suitcase.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That sounds like Joe.
I didn't know where she kept the luggage, and I'm like 5 or 6 years old. I'm like, well, fuck. I guess I'm living here.
Wait. What's the one you had written down?
So, I used to do this thing that I've now gotten under control when I was much younger, that I would lose control of my entire body if you got me laughing hard enough, which often resulted in me either spitting out my drink, peeing my pants, or both.
Oh, man.
One of the most notable times, I've got a handful of these. One of the most notable times, I am at a restaurant with my parents. I'm sitting across the booth from my dad, and he says something to me. He's like kind of pissed at me, but he was yelling at me in a way where, like, you know, if your parents are yelling at you, but it's kind of funny and you're like trying to hold in a laugh because
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know,
been there.
you're not taking it seriously, or they're mad at you for something you think is funny or stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a drink. I think I was drinking like a virgin margarita because I was like 14. I take a drink of my virgin margarita. I look at my brother who's sitting to my right, and my brother is making some ridiculous face at me. He did this thing where he used to be kind of chubby, and he'd like shake his face around, and his cheeks,
We saw them pictures too.
Oh,
cheeks
man.
would like flap everywhere, and I saw that, laughed, spit my drink out in my dad's face. Across the table into my dad's face. And if you don't know my dad, he's a really big, scary dude. And in that moment, he had no words. So I was dying laughing, but also terrified that my life was ending.
Yeah.
And he
And then-
just closes his eyes and is like wiping away lime juice. And in this moment, my brother and my mom are laughing. I still have this image of my brother's face burned into my brain. I just spit all over my dad's face. And I pee my pants in the booth that we're sitting in.
Jesus Christ.
And I
It's
just
the
screamed,
cherry
"Oh my
on
God,
top."
Oh my God. I was like, what? And by this point, my parents know that if you get me like really going, sometimes I pee my pants. And then my mom's like, did you pee your pants? Really loud for everyone here. I'm like, no.
You
and
know-
my brother's like, yeah, she did. She peed her pants.
Do you know what had me shook the first, like when I realized, like when my sister told me She goes like, "Oh yeah, you want to go to like this comedy show with me?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And at this time, she had just recently just had a baby, and she just goes, "Oh, just so you know, because I know you have no idea." She goes like, "When I laugh really hard, or when women like recently after pregnancy, they're just like I lactate when I laugh really hard." I was just like,
I didn't know that was a thing.
I said, "What are you talking about?" She's
I
like,
need to know this.
I'm like, she's like, just so like you just don't freak out. I'm like, what?
Why
I'm like,
would you?
I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. I'm like, oh.
Why would she go?
Precisely. It's like, why do you need that happening to you in public?
I think she's an exhibitionist, dude. Like, straight up.
I don't know. All I
She
know
was
is
getting off on that, you
when
little-
I realized that could happen to women, I was like, what? I can't imagine
That's
having that happen.
that's pretty
Oh
funny.
God.
I couldn't imagine seeing that you're next to someone and then just
Oh my God.
just start liquid is just starting to form.
It probably wouldn't be like that.
I want to
There
make
I
some.
was.
I want
Barbecue sauce on
I don't
my
think so
titties.
either.
I want
Dude,
to
if they went commando that day, dog, they just no bra to stop it. It just goes out.
I want to make somebody laugh that hard.
Holy
One
shit,
day.
just start.
Oh God.
That's pretty funny.
When I was really little, my laugh peeing was like a chronic problem.
Oh, God.
when I was like 7. So if you're from St. Louis, you probably know of the chain Pasta House. There's a Pasta House on Manchester near New Baldwin Road in Baldwin, Missouri. And they should name this booth after me because 2 weeks, like back to back, we would go on like Wednesday nights because I was a good student. And if you had like straight A's or something, they would give you free Pasta House cards you got one like every few weeks or something for having straight A's, and you would like eat free at Pasta House. So I always want to go to fucking Pasta House because I had these things on deck. I had a stack of these kids' free meals at Pasta House, and who doesn't want free fettuccine Alfredo?
That's true.
Yeah.
So we're going to Pasta House on the regular to get this free fettuccine. It was always on Wednesdays because that's when the coupon was good for. So 2 Wednesdays in a row, we go, we're sitting in the same booth, I'm ordering the same thing, I'm in the same spot in that booth both weeks in a row. Both weeks, something happens to where I pee my pants in that booth and we have to leave. My dad's like, "They should just name that fucking booth after you."
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have the balls to go back to a restaurant I peed at.
We know, like, Kayla is unfortunately.
She only plays Sims.
Are you Johnny?
I know. Like, I didn't.
I like Sims.
Yeah, we know.
Like, it's
We
fine,
know.
but it's, like, not okay at the same time.
That I like Sims?
No. Well, yes, that, but
Oh, Sims is cool.
she's not super cultured. Like, she's cultured in, like, her own way, but, like, the fact that she doesn't,
What are you
like, have
talking
any.
about?
She doesn't have any nerd stuff, like.
Well,
at
yeah,
all.
because I did shit.
You don't have to do, like, bruh. Like, there are people who do stuff who
I
are
did
nerds.
stuff too. I also played a few video games.
She doesn't
watching
play
Star Wars
like,
movies.
she has nothing nerd about her, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, we can't relate with
I play
that.
Sims. I haven't been to jail.
Boo. What?
I
Yeah.
almost
How are
got
those
arrested
related?
once.
They're not.
How are those related?
I don't know. I don't play
like-
Sims and I have been to jail.
Because I feel like something nerds definitely don't do is go to jail.
I went to jail.
What does that mean? That's
what
a lie.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Everyone who's a nerd is skinny and has pimples and wears glasses, dog.
That's literally Kayla's.
And they can't talk to
Oh.
women.
Facts.
I've been arrested and I like nerd shit.
Okay.
They also live in their mother's basements. That's all nerds.
Apparently,
By the
like
way.
Kayla has like the absolute
I never said anything about nerds.
Is it the 80s?
Yes, you have.
Like what? Oh, like when I'm making fun of you guys when you're nerding out?
No.
Did you watch like Revenge of the
we're-
Nerds? And that was like, yeah, that's
I
true.
did watch Revenge of the Nerds.
That's factual.
No, I think my boyfriend's kind of a nerd, and he's not the
He's
stereotype.
definitely not kind of a nerd.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he
he's
like
just-
plays. What's that game?
He plays Dungeons and Dragons.
What's that
Yeah.
game?
D&D.
And he started talking to me about deep Batman lore the other night when he was drunk.
Deep
So
Batman lore. Oh my god.
I
But it's
don't-
like you gotta have some in you, I think, just to be like, just to be like
you're like a person.
solid.
I mean,
Well, no, but yeah.
I mean, if you don't, you're just basic.
I was good at school.
So,
that's
so you were a
nerd.
nerd.
Yeah, does
Hello?
that make me a nerd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting good grades
No, there's some stupid
and being a good
out there. Like, look at Corey.
I was an honor roll student all 4 years at high school. but I still like to party. I just could do both.
I was a little bit of both as well.
Yeah.
Because my friends and I, we would, nerd out about Star Wars, and then we would go and beat each other with sticks, because that's just what you did.
I do like to watch Star Wars. It's been several years in between episodes, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, so you don't.
I know that I've seen them all, and I've enjoyed every one that I've watched.
Not enough.
But I'm not one for rewatching movies unless it's Step Brothers. I'll watch that shit all day, every day.
That's so basic.
Actually, I love that movie too.
Step Brothers is pretty good.
It's good.
It's not better than the other guys, but it's pretty good.
But being
I've never
the
seen
only
the other guys.
movie that you're
It
rewatching.
left the theaters before I got a chance to. And
I have it on
Will
DVD.
Ferrell came here.
I have it on DVD. I'll bring it to
Will
you.
Ferrell came here for that movie, for the premiere in
To your house?
Chesterfield. No, in Chesterfield. And
word.
I had friends that went, and I couldn't go, and I didn't get to see the movie because it was always fucking sold out. And then I just never bought the DVD or saw it on cable.
I have the DVD. I can bring it.
Yes, I want to see it.
And speaking of Will Ferrell, they shot part of Anchorman 2 in my hometown. I didn't get to go meet him, but some of my friends did. I hate them.
Yeah, apparently a lot. Okay, can we talk about that time Dylan made us watch Magic Mike, but not Magic Mike 1, just Magic Mike 2.
I was not here for that.
And none of us had seen Magic Mike 1 except for Dylan.
No, he didn't even see that. No, Dylan hadn't even seen it.
No,
I've
he did.
I've seen it.
Oh, you saw it? Oh.
Magic Mike is like his favorite movie, or one of them. It's up there. You said it's in your top 10 when we talked about it.
No, I don't
Well,
think.
that's what you told us. When we were like,
I've
this-
never told you that before in my
You're like,
entire
this
life.
is the worst movie ever, and you're like, no, it's not. This is in my top 10 easily.
He might have
so
been.
either talking shit.
He might have been joking around.
Okay, you're talking about 2. I would never say that about 1. I don't think I've even finished 1. I've watched like half of it and then fell asleep.
So 2 is just that shit.
You watched half of it before you finished.
Yeah, that's good. And then fell asleep in my own mess.
Oh, no.
But no, we were going to have a band movie night. This must have been like over a year ago. And Isaac was still in the band.
This was a while ago.
And we were like talking about movies. I really wanted to watch This is Spinal Tap. Is that the one where like the drummer keeps dying?
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to watch This is Spinal Tap.
What?
The
You can watch it
mockumentary.
by yourself then. Damn.
And we were going to either look up that or we were going to look up, I forgot what. We had like a list, but Dylan's like, no, I'm bringing a movie. Don't worry about it. And we're like, okay. Dylan comes over with Magic Mike 2.
I told you guys I was getting Magic Mike 2 before that. So
And we
I
thought you were
informed people.
joking because none of us had seen Magic Mike 1 and not one of us said, yeah, let's watch Magic Mike 2.
I've like seen half of Magic Mike 1. It's not important.
Probably actually don't need to see Magic Mike 1 to watch.
You really don't.
I have seen. I haven't
I
seen
would like
either.
to know about the character relationships and why that one guy was mad and pissy about his big dick, and you had to fill me in on that.
No, I didn't. If you watch the movie, it's because he can't find a lady because it's too large.
But didn't he also like get divorced in the first movie?
No.
Or someone did.
That
There
was the main
some-
character, but even then, it doesn't really matter.
I wanted to know.
No, you don't, to be honest. Read the Wikipedia page about it.
Dylan's going to write a blog called In Defense of Magic Mike 2.
Magic Mike 2 is a good movie. You guys are tripping.
His favorite
man.
scene. I think what did it was that he hyped it up a lot. And then his favorite
It's pretty good. I
his
don't think
favorite
I didn't hype
scene
it up enough.
was when who was it who was dancing in the gas station?
The werewolf from True Blood,
Yeah, that guy.
Vic Magnolia.
Isn't Gabriel Iglesias in the
He's in
second
the first one.
First one.
He was in the second one. He was the driver. He drove the van. Fluffy.
No, he wasn't.
Dylan is shook.
It's your favorite movie. You should know this.
He was not in the second
Yes,
one, dude.
hell shook.
How do I remember more about this movie than you, and I didn't like it?
That's probably why you remember it.
I only remember because he was driving the van, and then in the background, you saw the Sydney Linear Bridge from my hometown, and I was like, oh, shit.
I'm like fairly certain he wasn't in that movie, dog.
Oh yeah, that's why I brought up Magic Mike 2. They
Let's
sure part of it in
Wikipedia
your
it real
hometown.
quick.
I said that in a weird accent.
Because he's in the first one. He's like a DJ. So I don't know why he'd still be hanging out with him in the second one, to be honest.
No, he's
I don't know.
He's fluffy, man.
But Magic Mike 2 happened in my house. That movie was over, and I'm sitting there like, what just happened? But Dylan's favorite scene is when dude Wolverine guy from True Blood is. What did you say?
Wolverine.
So she goes. So wait, no,
Oh,
I gotta get you for this. Hold on. So she goes, X-Men claws. Is that what she said?
She said X-Man.
X-Men
And then she
claws.
did
And then
this?
she goes Wolverine.
And then she
We're
goes like
True
this.
Blood.
Yeah.
Come on,
Is
yo.
a Wolverine like a thing?
He's an X-Men. But I said
It's also an animal, right?
no. It's an
A
animal,
Wolverine
but I
is
said
an
werewolf.
animal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, when the human actor
Same
played
shit.
a Wolverine.
the starring list. He's on there.
Brian.
Gabriel was in the movie.
If you say so, dog.
Wikipedia says so.
But the werewolf guy is dancing in the gas station.
Very erotically, by the way.
And it's really funny.
And Dylan's like, it's so funny. Watch it. And it got like a chuckle out of me. But he's like, you guys didn't think that was funny? I was like, it was all right.
Kayla, you're pretty fucking whack.
No,
though, so
man.
I don't-
No, I saw Dylan bite his lip when that was happening.
Damn right I did.
Did you ever tell a story about that girl on the bus?
Oh. I don't know if Corey's heard this.
I don't think I have.
So, yeah, on the bus, there's this one girl who we weren't friends. Let me put it that way. She was mean to me. I was mean to her. We were getting in an argument one day, and we just start calling each other names. You're a bitch. You're a dickhead. And then finally, she murders me. She goes, you got buttholes for eyes.
Okay, that story.
And I'm just like,
Thought you
No,
meant- I thought you were about to say some girl decked you. I was like, dang.
no,
bro.
when I was 5 years old, another time, I didn't know any better. But I was waiting at the bus stop, and this older girl called me an asshole. And I'm like, that's a bad word. I punched her in the stomach.
Oh my God.
Let's go, Nick.
I didn't know any better. And then my mom got called. It was bad. I had to apologize to her, and my mom had to tell me, you don't hit girls. And I'm like, I didn't know that.
I prank phone called my grandpa one time when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my grandpa, I think he knew it was a prank, but in my 8 or 9 year old mind, I had never been like cussed out by anyone before, and I thought he was being very serious, which who knows, he may have been. Like, I don't really clearly remember the context in which he was yelling at me, but I called and I had this character developed as like, oh, yeah, this is Mike Pulowski. I'm the manager down here at Dearborg's, and everything's 50% off for the next 6 hours. You better get down here. And I'm, like, talking to him, and I stole the name from Monsters, Inc. Because that's the Mike Wazowski, but I called myself Mike Pulowski. And I had this whole character, a whole speech prepared for him.
Always watch.
And my grandpa goes, who is this? I go, I already told you, it's Mike Pulowski. And he goes, yeah, well, go fuck yourself. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
that's
just
funny.
like hung up the phone and put it down and like went to my room. And I told my dad, and my dad lost his shit laughing.
Your grandpa sounds pretty awesome.
My grandpa is really awesome.
Forget it.
Wild. Man, I've got so many weird ass stories from my childhood. I'm gonna have to just like write them down and we'll go over it one day.
Yeah. We'll check it out.
But in the meantime, we got 2 more gigs for the year before it's 2020.
Really?
Yes, we
Yeah, and then it's the new year.
do. Where are we going to be at, huh? Where can they find us?
So you can see us December 18th. That is a Wednesday night at Scarlett's Wine Bar in the Central West End. We're there every first and third Wednesday of the month. There's a 5th one. We'll be there for that one too. And there actually is a 5th Wednesday in January this year. So we're there 3 times in January.
Get that
But
money.
yeah, so you can catch us December 18th at Scarlett's Wine Bar, 7:30 to 10:30. And then we'll be rounding out the year at Irish Corner Pub, full band, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at Cherokee and Lemp. That'll be a party. I've got all my friends coming in from out of town, so
Hey.
that should be pretty lit.
Oh, also, yeah, like, yo, Dylan and Nick, you should, like, roll by the house, like, before that gig, just so I can see what that sounds like, with just doing brushes in the snare
Yeah, okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Well, anyway, 2020 is fast approaching. We were tracking some more tracks for the album today.
It's going to be dope.
Nick's laying down some guitar. So lots of big things are coming in the new year from us. Guys got anything super that you're super excited about for 2020? Anything you're looking forward to? Any resolutions? Any?
Oh, no, absolutely. No more.
You don't do resolutions?
No more resolutions, dog.
I've never done resolutions.
Good.
My
You were, like,
resolution's the
different
same
than
every year.
99% of the population.
I always have the same one. It's get rich or die trying.
Mm.
And I'm on my way to that second one.
Oh, jeez.
It seems to me like you want to do it the hard way.
You do this the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours.
Apparently.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, it's been fun talking with you guys. We are Crystal Lady. You can check us out at crystalladyband.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you do social medias on. We're on it. We'll see you there. We'd love to be your friend. Come check us out at a show. We'll be in Indiana coming up in January and soon to be on the road elsewhere. So stay posted, follow us, and we will see you soon. Peace.
Give me your whiskey and cigarette love. I don't care what they say, we're just having fun. Let's run away, get out of this town. The sun's coming up, don't let me down. I might make a mistake.